the number 1 seed the last 2 seasons, I think. So, maybe this will end up being a good seed for us down the line, and we can get through the playoffs here.
All right, so let's talk about tonight just briefly the keys as far as you mentioned stopping the run with Blue Springs, and I think of course getting the offense untracked as well.
Sure, and I think establishing the run against Blue Springs is something we have to do. And then we just got to make sure we run crisp routes and catch the ball on offense. Not turn the ball over, I think is obviously a key factor. And then defensively, that front has to keep playing like it has. The last 3 games, I think we allowed Liberty 52 yards. Lee Summit North, who's we got a Division I rusher, 92 yards. We just got to keep that momentum on defense and play well on the back end, and I think we're going to be okay.
Weather-wise, we're terrific as far as temperature is concerned, but the wind could actually be a factor today.
Yeah, it's supposed to have gusts up to 20 miles per hour. It's swirling around. We were trying to figure out which way it was blowing down here. You can't really tell. We've got flags blowing in all directions, so that's definitely going to be a factor in the game.
Yeah, and it can even change as the game goes on as well.
Absolutely. And I think it's supposed to be windy all night. I don't think it's going to die down with the sun.
No, it's supposed to. There's a cold front or cooler front. It's not going to be all that cold tomorrow, but that's what's coming through, and that's why we're seeing all that wind. Injuries?
Yeah, we've got a couple this game. Andrew Cahill is out for the season with a broken fibula. So we've made some adjustments in the secondary. And then Taylor Wilson is out with a knee. He'll be back next week.
All right, so obviously you're going to have to, lean on Surratt a lot more this week.
Surratt will start. He'll get several carries. We also think that Brock Coble is going to get some carries, and both of those guys are great athletes, and we'll get the job done.
All right, should be a good one. Thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Joel.
All right, that's Coach Vinny Carswell. I'm Joel Becker, and this is Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Okay. Community and America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo in Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo in Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
Don't trust the biggest investment of your life to a part-time real estate agent. Trust the #1 team in Lee Summit and the entire state, the Rob Ellerman Team. The Rob Ellerman Team is the #1 real estate team in Missouri and number 12 nationally ranked in the U.S. with $1.5 billion in career sales. They are your real estate resource for buying or selling. They get you moving. Call anytime at 816-304-4434 or visit therobellermanteam.com. That's 816-304-4434 or anytime online. The Rob Ellerman Team, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area high school athletics.
Welcome back out here to PV Memorial Stadium in Blue Springs. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain, Lee Summit West, and the Blue Springs Wildcats. And, in the history of the Titan program, I don't know if we have ever swept the Blue Springs district. Can you think of any year we did that? Did we? I can't think of beating both South and Blue Springs.
The year that we beat Blue Springs, was the year that Blue Springs South beat us, so we both were state champs.
Right, and
different divisions.
So, this is an opportunity, obviously.
Well, I tell you what, I think Kelly Dono is making a statement right here.
Mm-hmm.
They won the toss, they deferred,
Yes.
and it's been the talk of the city that Blue Springs defense isn't the defense that it's been in the past. But you know what? Titans without Taylor tonight could be some trouble.
Well, and the wind is a factor, so picking the wind is a big deal as Freddie Romero kicks this one, and it will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So, I've been kind of trying to keep an eye on the flags as far as this wind is concerned, because it keeps changing.
Yeah, it does.
And because literally 10 minutes ago those flags weren't moving, and now they're. I mean, you can hear over the microphones. You can hear that
like it's coming out of the south.
It keeps moving around. We have like I said in the coaches' conversation, we have this sort of cooler front that's coming through right now, and so that's causing all this wind. But it doesn't seem to make up its mind as the Titans go empty backfield, and then we have movement. We'll see if it was offsides. The guy who moved was on Blue Springs, but was he drawn? Yes, he was. The guy who moved looked to me like it was Christian Mendez over on the defensive end. Interestingly, they play normally a 3-4 defense here with the Wildcats, but they've got 4 down linemen to start, even though the Titans going empty backfield. On now a 1st and 15, and they will, it's a run pass option, and it's Cooper keeping it. He'll get the 5 yards back and one more up to the 21. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Oh, it was a good play, good run by Sammy, and it looks like that's probably what they're going to have to do tonight, run Sammy just a little bit more.
Well, obviously trying to make up for the, Surratt has been an effective runner.
He has.
And he's been very consistent, but he doesn't have the explosivity of a Taylor Wilson, whereas Sammy Cooper does.
Oh, right.
And so if they want to continue to have that as part of the offense, you may see more running out of Cooper. And of course, we're probably going to see some Brock Coble tonight running out of the backfield as well. Surratt again in motion, again a fake to him. Right up the middle is Cooper, and a big hole, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. I believe he got one out to the 31-yard line, or just at the 30, but that will move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 Titans. So 2 runs and a 1st down for Lee Summit West.
Very, very nice. Let's keep plugging at him.
Okay, guys, you've set the bar.
No kidding.
Do that for the rest of the game. I think we'll be fine.
And I'm sure everybody can hear that we can really hear the Blue Springs crowd tonight.
Yeah. Well, we're very close to them. Out amongst them almost. Man in the backfield this time, and Cooper rolls to the right, looking to pass for the first time. Throws, it is caught. Russo over on the far sideline. Looked to be about a yard shy of a 1st down. Let's see where they put the ball down, though. It'll be a yard shy, 2nd down and 1.
Nice, like what Vinny talked about in the pregame. The receivers need to run better routes tonight, and it looks like that was really crisp.
Pistol formation here on 2nd and 1. We'll see if they decide to go conservative or go long here on a 2nd and 1. And it is going to be a give to Surratt, looking for a hole. He'll get the 1st down and a little bit more off right tackle across the 40 to about the 43. It'll be a pickup of 4, 1st and 10 for the Titans as Jackson Surratt with his first carry.
Looks very nice. Offensive line got off the football there and created a hole.
So like you said, the one of the knocks on the Wildcats is having a less of a defense this year. And the Titans trying to exploit that to start out with. Again from the pistol, it'll be an option, and it's going to be Cooper tossing to Surratt. He'll head out of bounds when he gets to the 45, pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. So far, opening drive, we've played 1 minute and 44 seconds. And it has been all runs except for 1 pass in about 6 plays or so.
And a completed pass.
Yeah. 2nd down and 8. I'm glad I brought a coat.
You got smart.
Already feeling like it's going to be chilly. Titans rush up to the line here. Empty backfield. Now a man in motion, Surratt. They will give it to him. Trying to go left side. He's got a big hole. runs over a man as they were going for the strip. He gets past midfield to about the Wildcat 49, 2 yards shy of a first down. And it'll set up a third down and short from there. It's a good run from Surratt.
It was.
Like I said, he was patient, waited for the hole.
He did, and I tell you what, Sammy really sold it well too, because everybody bid on Sammy.
Third and short. Surratt in motion again. They'll fake to him. This is Cooper. Boy, he hits that line quickly and gets the first down and about 2 yards more. Needed 2, got 4. To the 45 of the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Titans move the chains again.
Moving the chains.
And like I said, Sammy,
he had explosion. Looks like Wilson back here.
Once he decided that he was going to run himself, he just hit that line in a hurry. They go with double H's this time. Now everybody moves out in motion to the left side for an empty backfield for Cooper. On 1st and 10, quads to the left. Cooper on the quarterback draw, right up the middle, big hole. He's hit and tackled as he got across the 42, about the 36. I think they'll mark him down to the 37, but that'll be good for another 7-8 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and short.
Yeah, Sterling did a great job of getting numbers out of the box.
Well, and again, that's one of those things where you got that read. So everybody moves in motion, and you notice if they go with them, then you've got man coverage, and you've got a big open hole up the middle. If they don't go with them, you have zone, and then you do a different play. From the pistol, it will be Surratt. Finds his way up the middle, across the 35 down to about the 33. Again, good for a first down. As Jackson Surratt, again, patient to find that hole up the middle.
Very patient, but I'll tell you what, he runs hard.
Yeah, and a big physical runner, very different kind of runner from Wilson. And like I said, he's been very steady all year long. Trips on the right this time. Twins on the left with an empty backfield at the moment for Cooper. He'll take the snap, looks to throw, throws across the middle. It's Russo. He made the catch. The throw was behind him, though, so he was going down as he made the catch.
Yeah, that was tough. Sammy had a bad snap right there, too.
They'll mark him down to the 31. It'll be a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7.
And see, that's what's bad about plays like that. That's a timing play.
Yeah.
And by rolling the ball back to him, luckily.
Still made the catch at least.
Yeah, but where'd he catch it? Behind him.
Yeah, but it did gain him 3 yards. Man in motion, Surratt. And it's going to be an option and a toss for Coble. Coble on the left side forced out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him. It's going to be close to a first down near the 25. Brock Coble on the no, it was not a pass. That was a pitch. It was an option play.
No, he threw it.
It still was behind him.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it was still behind him. It was an option pass. So that counts as a run, despite what the PA guy said. And it was enough for a first down. They marked him down to the 24 as he went out of bounds, actually. Surratt in the pistol this time. And he will get a toss to the right side. He'll cut back up the left side. And did a lot just to get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down. That was probably the first time that he maybe didn't make the best decision.
Right.
And with the guy with the cowbell in front of us, I think we need to turn down our crowd mic, which I just did, in case you're wondering. We need more cowbell.
I need more cowbell.
Cooper throws left side. He's got a man. It is caught. And
good run.
It's Donahoe on the catch. No relation.
None.
And that's going to move the chains again as he's forced out of bounds around the 10. I think it's going to be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. On a nice pitch and catch there to Colby Donahoe. Haven't called his number out a whole lot. He's mostly been blocking.
Right.
First and goal for the Titans as they split 3 out to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield. Now Surratt in motion. They will fake to him, and it's going to be up the middle. Cooper. We got a flag, couple of flags. as he gets across the 5, but this one's coming back, I do believe.
I believe so, in the area of holding there.
That can always be a drive killer, especially on goal plays. First and goal will make it if it is, it'll be a first and goal from the 20.
Face mask.
Well, turns out I didn't notice that.
I didn't either. And they got their big package in.
I wonder if the face mask was not on the ball carrier but on one of the linemen. That sometimes will happen.
Could have been.
Because I didn't even notice anybody around him when the flags came out. It's Cooper, end zone, touchdown. Sammy Cooper after the penalty from about 4 yards, let's call it 3 yards out. And the Titans spend a half a quarter driving right down the field with almost nothing but runs. There was 2 passes in that whole time, and end up with a touchdown and an extra point try to come. Stewart out to make the attempt, out of the hold of Cardell. The left-footed kicker will approach, and his kick is up, and it is good. 6:39 left to go, first quarter. The Titans strike on their opening drive, 7-0 our score. Back with the kickoff to the Wildcats. We'll see their first look at their offense when we come back here on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Rose Productions, and A10Varsity.com.
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Welcome back out here at Blue Springs High School. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bame, Lee Summit West and Blue Springs. The Titans on top of the Wildcats 7-0 in an impressive opening drive. Did exactly what Coach Carswell said they wanted to do.
Yep.
Cole Stewart with the ball teed up on the 40-yard line, about halfway between the middle of the field and the left hash mark. But he will be kicking into the wind, so let's see what he does. It's going to be a squib, and it goes down the middle. It pounces up and then comes up, hit and tackled as he gets to around the 20-yard line was Isaac Harkness. And we'll see this Wildcat offense with Don Harkness, the quarterback, coming out to lead the squad. So the Titans sure showed they were able to control the line of scrimmage and run the football on that first drive. You imagine that's what the Wildcats are going to be trying to do
That's
here.
what they're going to be trying to do.
We'll see if they can. Under center, Harkness. And it is a give. Trying to get around the end, and that was Fontenot.
I tell you, that's one
Loss
thing.
of a yard.
One thing that Vinny's always been good at is defending the Blue Springs Wildcats.
So Quentin Fontenot getting the opening carry. They also have Micah King. He is in the backfield for this play with Harkness under center. And it is end around jet sweep for Fontenot, and he will gain about 7 up to the 27. And it'll set up a third down, third and about 3. Let's call it the 28. They need to get to the 31. Actually, it is more the 27. So let's call it third and 4, where they ended up marking it. And it is Harkness trying to get around the left side. Now he'll toss it. It is caught. First down, and forced out of bounds on the far side is Willich, as Cooper Willich makes the catch. First pass of the game for the Wildcats, and they too move the sticks. I'll make another prediction. I predicted earlier that if the Titans are able to do what they did offensively every drive, they'd probably win the game.
Very obvious.
My other prediction is that if we see this kind of play all game long, as that give was to Fontenot again, and he gains about 2. So if we see a steady diet of runs by both teams, we're going to see a real quick-moving game because we are at 5 minutes to go in the first quarter,
right.
And it seems like we had barely started, doesn't it?
Yes. So Cahill's out.
Cahill is out.
Broken femur.
Out for the year, not just out for the game.
And Rodriguez.
Is that who's stepped up to replace him, 21?
21.
Anthony Rodriguez. He's on the depth chart second, but they were going to adjust.
Yeah, they are.
So I think that we may see adjustments as Harkness comes around the left side. This time he keeps it. Comes up the near sideline, forced out of bounds as he gets to about the 47. Again, good enough for a first down. And, that first time that he ran and he then threw the ball, you can see that the defense was too wary of that because when he came out, they were too concerned about him throwing it to step up and make a play on it. So we'll see what they do here to replace Cahill. It looks more like, who is that guy on the It's going to be Grace that has taken his position on the corner, moving up from the safety position.
Right.
Yeah, and so Hammond will step up and become the strong safety as this give on the left side across midfield. Fontenot with the carry to the Titan 49. It'll set up a second down, about 6 from there. So Rodriguez still shows up on the depth chart as the backup cornerback, but it looks like Grace will move over to corner and Hammond moves up to the safety position.
Safety, right.
At least to start off. We may see Rodriguez in nickel situations, perhaps. I don't know. We'll find out. Or maybe we won't. As here's a give again left side. And the Titans front 4 do a good job that time of holding their ground. Not much on the carry. Just trying to tell who that was, whether that might have been King's first carry. I think it was. So that'll set up a third down and 5. Not quite the size of Fontenot.
No.
First big test for the Titan defense. See if they can come away with a stop. Roll into the left side. And going to keep it. And good enough for a first down is Harkness. Needed to get to the 43 of the Titans, and he went out of bounds right at the sticks, but enough for a first down. They put it down right on that 43, but he obviously knew where he was going and clearly stepped out of bounds once he got the first down.
Only 2 possessions this first half, or first quarter.
3:23 left to go. The clock stopped with the run out of bounds. Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's moving along because we're seeing nothing but runs and completed passes for that matter. The only times the clock stops have been when they've run out of bounds. Fontenot up the middle, bigger hole this time, but they close it down in a hurry. Carswell came up to cover it, but he was slowed down at the line. Looked like Devin Force and Basil came over to kind of slow him down, and then Carswell sealed it up. 2-yard gain, it'll be 2nd and 8.
Good gang tackling.
Well,
I tell you what.
Last week notwithstanding, because we don't know.
I know.
The front 7 have been real good.
Pretty solid.
But based on the fact they only got 145 yards, they probably.
I'm just impressed that you've got 6, 9, and 8 figured out.
It's a give to Fontenot. I can't believe that. Oh no, it's Harkness keeping it himself.
I cannot believe
on the left side. Yeah, I cannot believe there wasn't a flag on that.
Man.
I was starting to say that when I realized that Harkness had the ball. And I don't. When I say that, I don't know if it was. It would have been the Titans or the. It looked like the Titans jumped.
It kind of looked like they did.
But it doesn't matter. Once they cross that plane, you're not allowed to run the play. But they just didn't flag them, and that's It's one of those things where it's like, well, it is better off for the team, but it's still a rules violation.
It is.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, trying to answer the Titans score. It's a reverse. This is Willits trying to get around the right side, still on his feet as he gets inside the 10. Fredrickson saved the touchdown at about the 8-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats, and the Titans defense not having any more of an answer than the Wildcat defense did the first.
No, they don't right now. But you can see that it's Kelly Donahoe's wanting to keep the ball on the ground, and so is Sterling Edwards.
I was just going to say, it's interesting to see Kelly and Sterling match up with one another.
It is.
See who will out-trick play the other. Fontenot tripped up as he got to the line. It'll be down to the 6 second and goal from there. We got an over-under on trick plays for the...
Well, I guess that was Kelly's first, right? So it's one. Let's see, this is what
So far it's one.
This is what I don't understand. The ball boy is a player, and he's out of the box.
Huh.
How,
Maybe he's just dressed as a player. It's a Halloween costume.
yeah.
That was illegal motion, but they didn't call it again. Run to the right side, still on his feet. Fontenot into the end zone, touchdown. Did you see what I saw? Which was you had a fullback running forward when the ball was snapped. That is illegal motion.
It is illegal motion.
And he did it twice. It wasn't even just a little bit of an early start. He literally hopped twice forward.
He did.
You can't do that. It is illegal. And they just didn't call it.
You know what? That's been the talk of the city is the officials.
Really?
Yes.
So we're not the only ones. Extra point. Romero out to kick it. Willich is the holder. And it is good. 58 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We've had 2 drives for 11 minutes and 2 seconds. 7-7 our score. Titans get the ball back when we come back on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out here to PV Memorial Stadium in Blue Springs. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm. Titans and Wildcats. Lee Summit West and Blue Springs all knotted up at 7. Romero with the ball teed up at the 40. Kicking with the wind at his back, although it's kind of coming across the field as well. And he angles it toward the sideline. It's taken by Cope. No, I take it back. It is not Coble, but coming up on the far sideline to around the 20-21. I didn't catch who that was.
Was that Hammonds?
Hammett?
88.
Hammett, yeah.
Haney.
Oh, Haney. Brian Haney with the run.
He showed some speed there.
There you go. I would have thought he'd been getting ready for the next KU broadcast. Different spelling, in case you're wondering. So Titans 1st and 10 from their own 22. Their first drive, they march right down the field, mostly on the ground. And on the delayed give, Surratt up the middle, and he was hit as he got to the line. Fell forward for maybe a yard. And it'll be 2nd down and long.
Watching the receivers tonight.
Okay. Why? They're not doing anything.
Mainly because that statement that Vinny said at the beginning of the show that
run better routes?
Yes, run better routes, block better.
Well, tonight it's the blocking they're going to need, although they haven't really strung any runs out too much as Cooper keeps it on the right side. He's forced out of bounds as he gets to about the 29. He'll be about 3 yards shy of a first down. Set up a 3rd down from there. And it does stop the clock with 11 seconds to go in the quarter, so we'll have at least one more play. I don't know who it is that's tossing the football down over on the far side, on the Titan side, but it keeps making me think there's a flag coming out every time I see it. 3rd down play. Titans in the pistol. Donahoe, the H-back to the left. Twins on the left as well. And it will be Surratt up the middle. He was hit. Stopped as he got to the 30, about 2 yards shy of a first down. And the Titans will need to punt, but they're going to wait and do it next quarter with the wind at their back. 7-7 our score as the first quarter comes to a very quick end. We'll take a break, come back for quarter number 2 right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Backpros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News and World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
And Blue Springs and the Titans, after marching right down the field in the first possession, end up unable to get a first down the second time around, and Sammy Cooper standing back at his 21, kicking, and he's going to fake it
look at
up the middle, and I think he got enough. It was close. He needed to get to the 35.
You called that, Joel.
Yeah,
you
I know.
Called it.
I wasn't going to say anything, but off the air.
I was about ready to say it.
Off the air, I said to Royce, fake punt.
Denver Broncos.
The only thing they didn't have is the guy coming across. But with Sammy Cooper as the punter, that's the advantage you have. A lot of teams do that, have their quarterback be the punter. Not really for that reason, but necessarily. Hopefully they've got a good leg. But
we've done that for the last 3 years, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. But it works out well. So Cooper, empty backfield. Looks to throw, left side, incomplete. He was looking for Baggett, and he had him. It hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it.
Cardell.
Oh, was it Cardell?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw the 5. It's either 1-5 or 2-5. My bad. So, but it's good to see they're targeting him, because you remember the last game we did against Lee Summit North, they barely targeted him in that game.
They did.
Second down and 10. After the incompletion. Man in motion is Surratt. They'll fake to him. Cooper throws. He's got a man, Donahoe, on the left side. Hit and taken down as he got up near the 40. He'll be about a yard shy at the 39. And it'll set up a 3rd down and 5. A makeable 3rd down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was very impressed. Cardell got off the football, and he was wide open.
Well, somebody needed to tell Sammy that.
I know it.
Apparently.
I guess his first read was wide open, too.
Yeah, I mean, he was to Dono, but hey, you've got a choice.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout by the Titans. This is a big 3rd down play here because, you rolled the dice on that fake punt. You really can't just go one more shift and then kick it out, so they're almost in a position with the ball on their own 39 of being in 4-down territory. Although, again, they have the wind at their back now. But
I would say they're going to put the ball up in the air.
But you hate the idea of going, bothering with the fake punt and then not being able to do anything with it.
That's
You want to be able to get some points out of it.
Capitalize off that stuff.
Especially when you think that with the wind at the back that it's really not even that much of a change as far as field position is concerned, just getting the extra, 5 yards that they got and kicking it away. It's about 10 yards further from where they were on the 4th down play. But again, with the wind, they probably would have kicked it in roughly the same place if they can't convert here. Of course, that still remains to be seen.
I think he's going to put it up in the air.
Well, the last time on 3rd down and it was a 3rd and 3, they went pretty conservative, Surratt up the middle.
I didn't like that call.
Me neither. Donahoe in motion to the right. From the pistol, Cooper tosses to Surratt. Again, relatively conservative on the play, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard, and now they send the punting unit again.
Oh, Joel, you just said it.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say not a fake punt this time.
Not a fake punt, but you got to capitalize off that fake punt.
Could you? And again, I agree with you on a 5-down play, a 5-yard play. You got to put that ball in the air.
You've got to.
It's a good snap, and the line drive kick by Cooper will bounce, and it is taken by Willich at the 19. Broke one tackle, two, and he's finally taken down about the 29. So again, I really don't think they got any big field position gain out of that.
I don't think so either.
So how about a team that fake punts every time they get it? How many times do you think they could do that before?
Well, where was it at? A school in Texas? Huh? Arkansas.
That just went for it every fourth down?
Every fourth down.
You know, before Mahomes went down, that was the idea behind with the Chiefs for some coaches.
Man, did you see him pop that knee cap in back in last night?
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't come back in the game.
He looked good.
Yeah, he was walking off fine. Do hope he's not out for too long.
I know.
We'll see.
Man.
Here is Fontenot trying the right side. Good penetration. There's a flag. That's the kind of flag you usually get in a face mask type situation. We'll see the indication here from the official. It could be a hold, though. And it is a hold against the Wildcats. So that'll push him back.
What about Clark Hunt's tweet? Have you guys seen that one?
No, what did he say?
He wouldn't turn down the talk with Kaepernick.
Really?
Bringing him in.
Okay. That is rather stupid, and I say that.
Oh, is it?
Oh, the tweet was?
No
okay.
kidding.
Yeah. And when I say that, by the way, I don't, as far as the politics of the situation, I would never be interested in having a quarterback that hadn't played it down in, 4 years or something like that.
That's right.
That's not a good idea. Throw in near side. Incomplete. It'll set up a second and about 21. Actually, the smart money possibly might be to talk to the Dolphins. Interestingly enough, they got Rosen down there, and you could probably get him for a relatively cheap price.
Yep, because Fitzpatrick's starting this week.
Right, and so the good news is that even because of the fact you get him for a pretty cheap price, you'd continue to keep him as your backup even after Mahomes. He could be the backup for the next 3 years, potentially. Up the middle, Fontenot able to follow some blockers across the 20 to the 25, but he's still going to be about 15. Well, I'll call it 13 or 14 yards shy of the first down. Let's call it 13. It'll be third and long.
Joel, you like cowbells?
Not really. I am no, we need more cowbell. I can't even do the impression, really. The Walken impression from Saturday Night Live. Play action, rolling out to the left side and throwing down the near sideline. He's got a man, Willich. It's caught, hit and tackled as he gets inside the 40 down at about the 39. Was able to beat Grace, taking advantage of the absence of Cahill.
Tell you what, that was beautiful.
Great throw.
Great throw, great route.
By Harkness.
Looked like that was an out and up.
And he had that step. But, even having the step, it's not always easy to hit him on a play like that.
That's tough being a receiver, making a catch like that.
Well, got the crowd into the game, as you can hear. At least the ones right around here.
Well, so we apologize if you can't hear us.
Harkness, and the give this time is to Micah King. He'll get maybe 3 or so at about the 38. It'll set up a second and long from there. Only seen Micah King carry the ball about 2 times, and he hasn't had a whole lot of success so far. Mostly it's been Fontenot. Which is interesting because the depth chart I got from Kelly said King first. Not that he was trying to trip with separate.
This formation here, they like to run that middle screen.
They've got trips on the right. Now we're going to get a timeout. Play clock was down at 8, and I guess Harkness didn't like what he saw out of the Titan defense. Maybe they were going to do that screen, and he recognized that the Titans weren't
because I'll tell you
coming.
what, how many times have we been burnt with that middle screen?
So with 8:13 left to go in the half, in a 7-7 game, but the Wildcats driving here. It's only their second possession of the game. It's amazing. We're 8:13 left to go in the half.
Only 2 possessions apiece.
And yeah, and really the amazing thing is the Titans had 1 possession, and then the second one they went 3 and out except fake punt and made it, but then only went 1 more drive, or 1 more series, I should say, and had to kick it away. And now it's the Wildcats seeing what they can do in response.
Now knowing Kelly. Kelly's going to want.
You know, the officials want him to get started, but Kelly's still on.
He's starting it. He's starting it.
Yeah.
25-second clock.
It's interesting they didn't sort of send him off earlier.
I know.
Maybe he noticed the way that they're just not enforcing the rules tonight and figured, what's the heck? Harkness under center, a toss. Fontenot, he finds a hole, spins around as he avoids the hit of Peck, but couldn't get more than a yard after that, and it'll set up a third down.
Third down.
Third and about 5 or so.
And I think Kelly will go to the air.
We'll wait and see. It's more like 3rd and 6, so I would think so. Although you never know that, like you said, this offense is mostly on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Clock running with 7:40 left to go. In the first half, Harkness under center. Has an H-back to the right. Fontenot is deep. Now he moves in motion. And it is a give. Fontenot up the middle, and he's going to get that first down and more. Still on his feet, inside the 10-5, drawn, pulled down. As he got inside the 5, down to maybe the 4. They're discussing, I think, a horse collar possibly. Mm-hmm. Let's see if they throw a flag. It looks like they will not. Although, interestingly, it would really only mean a couple yards anyway from where the ball is. It would be half the distance to the goal. First and goal for the Wildcats, and you know what? They didn't put it up, but they got a much better result than probably they would have thrown into the wind. See if the Titans defense can stiffen up here from the 5-yard line on first down, and it is Fontenot trying the left side. He's being chased and pulled down. Very good play on the penetration by Ramsey to come in and blow that up in the backfield. Wyatt Ramsey came up.
Did a great job.
Made a play. And we'll set, it was a loss of about 6. All the way out near past the 10. Be 2nd and goal from there. Wildcats get up to the line quick, but they, at the moment, still are standing around. Now they get under center, Harkness. Back to throw. Throw in left side, looking end zone, and it is incomplete, but a flag comes out. Grace on the coverage with Lloyd, the intended target, and it looks, oh, there's a Titan down. That's Peck. I didn't see his way in the backfield.
It was way in the backfield. Holding his back, it looks like.
Yeah. They'll go out and attend to him. They haven't made the indication on the call, but I presume it'd be pass interference.
Yeah, he was all over him.
Although it's better than a touchdown.
Yeah.
But you know where the ball was thrown, it sure seemed like all he really needed to do was knock the ball down. He was in between the ball and the player. So they'll attend to Peck. So defensively, obviously, the Titans not really showing much so far.
No.
Not being able to stop this blue. Why do you think the Wildcats have been so effective running the football?
Man, I tell you what, I don't know. Because again, I haven't. Mark, did you hear last week how they played against Ray Peck? Did they?
The Wildcats, you mean?
Yeah, Wildcats. Yeah, but how they played against Ray Peck?
They played Liberty North last week.
Oh, they did. Okay, got it.
Peck is up and walking off under his own power.
What was that score?
28-13, something like that.
Liberty North has a good team, and
They have a really good team.
And they've been impressive with their defense this year. Now they're making the penalty call, which is again defensive pass interference. That'll put the ball at the 1, won't it? It's not even half the distance. It's at the 1 because it happened in the end zone. It is half the distance. I thought for some reason that was the one exception. Was that if it was in the end zone, they put it at the 1. So yeah, they did do half the distance. So it is at the 5, and they repeat the down, second down. Harkness tossed to Fontenot right side, looking for a hole. He's hit as he got inside the 5, down to about the 2. Did a good job of stringing that out. Although he did get positive yardage, it'll set up a 3rd and goal.
Number 1, Shane Fredrickson. And number 9, Devin Ford.
So 3rd down. I think they're in 4-down territory here.
I think they are.
It's hard to say because kicking into the wind might be tough.
Kelly's been that way.
King is the deep back, and it will be King on the give, trying the right side into the end zone, touchdown. Now there's a flag that comes in late, but it is in a holding area. We'll have to wait and see. King, who hadn't really been very effective, goes untouched into the end zone, but let's see if it comes back. Holding the call against the Wildcats, and boy, did the Titans dodge a bullet there.
They did.
That'll cost them 10 yards. It'll set up a 3rd down and goal, though, but from outside the 10.
Tough.
That may explain why he was able to get into the end zone without anybody touching him, though.
Mm-hmm.
So they marked it back to about the 12. Again, it's a 3rd down play. And let's see, are we getting... Is it just that he wants an explanation?
Pass interference should have been a first down.
Unfortunately, that is from the peanut gallery and not accurate. In high school, they were thinking that the pass interference is an automatic first down because that's what happens in the pros. In high school, it isn't. They actually did this one correctly. Fake to King, and it is Fontenot. Boy, there was another hold, incomplete pass. I don't see a flag on the hold.
No, I don't
but he was literally knocked to the ground.
Yes,
I don't see
was.
how you can possibly... But at any rate, it is going to set up a 4th down and a field goal attempt, as it apparently looks now for the Wildcats as they bring Romero out. Romero was their kicker last year, so this is certainly something within his ability. Looks like it's going to be about a 29-yard attempt. But he is kicking into the wind from the right hash mark. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, plenty long, and it is good. So with 5:39 left to go, the Titans fall behind for the first time in the game, but it could have been a lot worse. 10-7 our score. Back with a kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backpro Sports, Beck Pros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started.
Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Welcome back out here to Blue Springs, Missouri. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, as the Lee Summit West Titans trailing the Blue Springs Wildcats. 10-7, 5:39 to go here in the first half of play. Titans touchdown on a nice long drive on their first possession. The Wildcats answered, and then after the Titans punted, the Wildcats drove down, scored a touchdown, but were called for holding and ended up having to settle for a field goal.
You're exactly right. The Titans dodged a big bullet right there.
Romero teed up at the left hash mark, and it is a squib, almost an onside attempt. I don't know if that was intended to be on onside. The Titans fall on it, and they'll get great field position at about the 40. I don't think it was. I think he was trying to squib it harder than it actually went. Just based on the way. Although, you know, we've seen that at the pro level occasionally where a kicker will try and kick it so that he himself can recover the onside kick because he has the most momentum. You know, the funny thing is at the pro level nowadays, it is nearly impossible to get a successful onside kick. I would like to see them maybe modify the rules somehow so that, because, you know, it's at the point now where you just assume that if you're down 2 scores, you're screwed at the end of games in the NFL. Because it is almost never the case.
Cardell wide open up above.
Well, single coverage anyway. Yes. Man to man. And Cooper's looking that direction. He'll throw that way. Cardell, back shoulder, and incomplete. There is a flag, but I think it's going to be offensive pass interference that they're going to call here. It looked to me like it was Cardell pushing off and not the defender, but we'll see.
Yeah, I thought he was going for the ball too.
He was, but you can't. And they are calling defensive pass interference, so it'll be 15 yards. And it's really going to annoy the people in front of us when they mark this off as a first down, because even though it's not an automatic first down, 15 yards will give them a first down.
Yes, it will.
And let's hear them scream about it. Maybe we should get some good camera footage of them when they do jump up. First and 10 Titans after the penalty. From the Wildcat 42, and it's keeper up the middle on the RPO by Cooper, and he pushes his way through across the 35 to about the 34.
Well,
Pick up a 7, 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the smallest crowds I've ever seen at a Blue Springs High School game, but Mark informed us that the marching band is on the road performing.
So you're saying that in other games they only came to watch the band? Surratt with a nice stiff arm. And he'll get a first down and more inside the 30 down to the 27. No, I was kidding, obviously.
Blue Springs, yes.
They came to watch the band, huh? No, it's just that the band takes up a lot of the stands.
They do. That's why they have their own stand down there.
There you go. First and 10 Titans. Cooper gives Surratt left side. He's looking to string it out. And he goes up the far sideline. Where did he step out of bounds? Looks like they'll mark him down at the 19 in the red zone. Second down and about 3. Pickup of 7 for Surratt. That was a slow developing play, but he did a good job. Yeah, to once he noticed that he couldn't, that there was nowhere for him to cut, and he was just going to have to go around. He did.
Right.
So maybe he has a little deceptive speed we were not aware of. Second down for the Titans. Surratt in motion, fake to him. It's Cooper up the middle, following blocking. He will get a first down inside the 15, down to the 14. It'll be first and 10 Titans in the red zone at the 14-yard line. And again, a good job there by Cooper to just follow his blockers.
Did a great job. Nice little read there.
Clock is running with 4.5 minutes left to go. Here in the first half of play, Titans trailing 10-7, but driving. Trying to at least answer with a field goal, but hopefully a touchdown. On the first down play, crowd whoops it up as they give it to Surratt, looking for a hole up the middle, and he pushes his way forward for a gain of about 2. Second down and 10 from the, 8 from the 12. The Titans need about the 4 for a first down. Inside of 4 minutes now. Baggett's out in the slot on the right side. Man in motion is Cardell. Back to throw, looks that way. Now it's going to be Cooper keeping it. Now he'll throw in the end zone, wide open, touchdown, Baggett. Sammy Cooper, I don't know if that was really designed to go there.
I think it was. It was a misdirection with Cardell.
Yeah, that was clearly true. But I think it was one of those things where I think Cooper was supposed to look, and if Cardell was open, you throw it to him. If not, you keep it. And he started to keep it, then saw Baggett all by himself in the end zone and just threw it to him. So the Titans get back on top, 13-10. The extra point from Cole Stewart about to be attempted. Out of the hole to Cardell. Snap back, ball down, kick high. Long and good. 3:36 left to go here in the first half of play. Titans retake the lead. It is 14-10. Back with a kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Welcome back out here to Blue Springs, PV Memorial Stadium at Blue Springs High School. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Boehm.
I tell you what, it's a little nippy.
Got the coat on. We're out on the balcony.
You're a smart one.
You got a coat too. You just don't have pants.
I know.
Of course, nobody would have known that if I hadn't told them.
But this is my.
He does have shorts, ladies and gentlemen. He's not just standing out here in his underwear or anything.
Birthday suit.
14-10. That was a good answer drive there for the Titans after falling behind. It was helped out by a bad kick, by a bad kickoff kick. Attempting to get around. The wind has been a factor in the kicking game, not so much in the throwing game so far. Now this kick will come down at about the 4-yard line from the Stewart, and it is taken up to the 30, hit and tackled at the 30-yard line. And a real good return.
Nice return.
That time by Willich.
Willich?
Yep. 3.5 minutes left to go. Now the good news is for the Titans is the way the Wildcats' bread and butter has been, just like the Titans, will take longer than 3.5 minutes to get a score. They do have 2 timeouts, do the Wildcats. They burned one earlier, if you might remember, on a 3rd down play. I'll take that back. That was the Titans that burned the timeout. So they've got all 3 of theirs. From the 30-yard line. On the fake reverse, Fontenot, and he was hitting the backfield, fell forward to gain about a yard.
That was good. We had even had the reverse set up on that one.
Yeah, it was defended had he handed it off. So what's our number now on trick plays? Are we up to 4? I think
3
between the 2 teams.
Yeah.
Because that last one, would you call that a trick play, the touchdown play?
No, I don't think that's a trick play.
I don't even know if you can call a reverse a trick play anymore.
I know.
We've had a fake punt. That's really the only thing that would really qualify as one. Harkness goes under center I formation behind him. And a give, Fontenot left side, and a good play for Peck. By the way, it's good to see him back in the game.
It is.
And he broke that play up, eventually got the tackle, and it was a gain of maybe a half a yard to the 31. It'll set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I was talking to Kelly Donahoe this summer, and he said, he had to bout with cancer last year, and right now he's beating it. But he said that he's going to come back for another year because he didn't feel like finishing like he did.
Certainly understand that. Harkness rolling to the right side. He will throw down the far sideline. He's got a man, but it is incomplete. Good coverage over on that far side.
Got a flag.
There is a flag, but it's in the backfield, not in the secondary. So it's most likely a holding call. And they are looking at the Titans, so I imagine they'll decline this penalty, set up a 4th down. No, it's a personal foul, roughing the passer against the Titans. Why were they looking over at the Titan sideline then?
I don't know.
Bad call.
Yeah, maybe they were yelling at them.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see? Is I'd love to see them move it like that and then still leave up 3rd down just to hear these people scream about it. It does give them a 1st down on the 15-yard penalty. That's a big break for the Wildcats.
It is.
Titans coughing up a potential turnover, essentially. Back to throw Harkness. He's being chased, throws, just heaves it down the field, and it is incomplete, but a flag is down. That's the first time that they actually targeted Cole as far as in the coverage. And that was really not the probably the best decision as far as the quarterback. He just heaved it up there. But it worked out.
That's always been something Blue Springs has always had luck with. Heaving the ball up, getting a penalty out of it, or catching the ball.
Well, let's get the official indication. Pass interference is the call against the Titans. So 30 yards in penalties in 2 consecutive plays. Boy, talking about change in field position. We went from what would have been a punting situation.
And you just talked about the time. And
yeah. Yeah, minute 51. And the clock is stopped even after the penalty. Harkness will give to Fontenot, left side, big hole. He spins off a 1 tackle, hit and tackle as he got to the 30. Looks like he's going to be shy of the 1st down, though, by about a half a yard. Pickup of 9, 2nd and very short. Clock running with a minute 35 left to go. But there is plenty of time with their 2 timeouts they have. Clock down to minute 20 as Harkness takes the snap, rolls to the right. He's being chased, lost his balance, and then, boy, hit hard from behind. And shy of the 1st down. That was a good play by, I believe that was Force. Or might have been Careswell. No, it was Force. And boy, did he stick him pretty good. And it's going to say it was a loss of about a half a yard. It set up a 3rd and 1. And they did call timeout. That was kind of interesting. Did you notice that the clock stopped for about 20 seconds before the officials actually acknowledged the timeout? Now, to their credit, Blue Springs had called the timeout before, and the guy running the clock stopped the clock as soon as they called it. But the officials are actually supposed to stop that clock.
I guess that's what you call a little homer.
So what you're saying is don't expect us to be able to get 2 plays off in 3.9 seconds at the end of this game. In the event we need it.
Not going to happen.
Heck, the way this game is going, it's 39 seconds for 2 plays.
No kidding. We were on great pace there.
Yeah.
First quarter took 20 minutes.
You know, with the band not here, they're planning on having a 25-minute halftime.
They probably will.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'd love to see Mark talk that long.
Yeah, and he can't even go down to let's listen to the band.
No kidding, but I tell you what, I know he's got a lot on his mind.
All right, 3rd down and short. Under center, Harkness give Fontenot left side. He's got a hole. He'll get that 1st down and a lot more. Hit and tackled. Fredrickson stepped up, but that's not the guy you want to see making the tackle on a 3rd and 1
secondary
play.
is doing that. No, you don't.
And it'll set up a 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
That tells you that they're getting through the front 7.
Well, that play they certainly did on the 3rd and short. Under a minute to go. Play action, rolling right side Harkness. He will throw over the top. Does hit his tight end there, George. Devin George with the catch. They only have the one timeout. They're trying to save it. Clock running with 30 seconds left to go.
They're moving slow on the field, too.
Again, a 6-yard down play, second 4.
Having a hard time lining up. Finally, they get lined up. Harkness rolling right side. Careswell chases. He is hit from behind and pulled down. Good play once again there by Ramsey coming in from the linebacker position, and that'll force him to take that last timeout with 14 seconds left to go. And here's the decision, kicking into the wind. If you tried to do a field goal, there's 14 seconds left. It is only second down, or it's actually now third down, third and 8, so they don't have to kick here. But you're taking a chance. If you throw the ball, or go to a passing play and he gets sacked again, then
they've kicked the ball down here too.
Right.
And so.
And but at the same time, though, it would be about a 30-yard kick, maybe 20, 28 yards into the wind. The wind's picked up a little bit.
It's really into it, or is it crosswind?
It's a little bit of both. It's into the wind, but it's also coming across, sort of angled. I think they're going to at least try one play. I think it's a gamble, but I think that's what they'll do. Well, and then if they don't make it, I think they'll kick.
They'll go one play into the end zone.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, if the Titans, if I were the Titans, I'd bring pressure here.
Trick play?
I don't know. I don't think I would call one. Like I said, on plays like this, I always like to give the quarterback a couple of options. Roll him out maybe to the left or even to the right.
Right.
So he can run out of bounds if he wanted to. We'll see what happens. He just goes straight back and throws into the end zone. He's got a man caught. Touchdown. Willich makes the catch, and that was way too easy.
I tell you what, Kelly's he's seeing something there, because his whole attack the last 3 or 4 plays has been to the right side.
Yeah. Well, and
then that's where
what the Titans did not do about what we were talking about is they didn't bring the pressure.
Yeah.
And that was way too easy. Romero out for the extra point to make it a 3-point game. And it is good. 10 seconds left to go in the half. 17-14 our score. Wildcats on top. Back with a kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports. Backcourt Productions and 810varsity.com.
When it comes to painting the exterior or interior of your home, the decision is easy. Unique Painting, voted best in the Northland for 2 years running in 2018 and 2019. Unique Painting focuses on customers' needs and offers competitive pricing, going the extra mile to make sure customers are completely satisfied. In fact, when 810 Varsity needed a paint job this year, Unique Painting was the only phone call made. Visit anytime at uniquepaintingkc.com or call today at 816-500-7759. That's uniquepaintingkc.com, a proud supporter of 810 Varsity and Metro High School Athletics.
Welcome back out to Blue Springs. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain. You might have heard Coach, as we were going to break, mention there was a flag on the extra point play. I believe the penalty occurred after the extra point. There was a personal foul called on the Wildcats. So I imagine they're going to mark this off on the kickoff here.
Kelly is pissed.
And
he could not believe that. Could not believe they made that call.
Well, and the thing is, though, so they're going to make them kick it off from the 25 after the 15-yard penalty from the 40 back to the 25, which, potentially gives it's only 10 seconds left. But again, kicking into the wind the last time, he only kicked it 10 yards.
Yeah, you've got to get 2 good returners back here, too.
Right. Well, I imagine it's going to go to an up man. But
that's true.
They almost would be best off telling them to fall on it. At least that way you'd have one chance to go for something. It's too bad, though, that this penalty couldn't have been, couldn't have taken the point off the board. As that pops up and it is fielded, trying to go around the edge. I believe this is Baggett with the return on the far side. Now, I take it back. It was not Baggett, it was Cole, but it was still a great return.
Now look at that. They let the clock go.
I wonder if they're gonna complain about it. Now the Wildcats are leaving.
Look at Kelly. Kelly's saying, "Get out of here."
He's trying to get everybody off the field, but the officials may or may not actually let him do it. Yeah, the officials are going to bring him back. They're actually bringing him back. You got to like the gamesmanship by Kelly Donahoe trying to get his team off to try and get it, but he's going to make him. He's putting the second back on, which gives the Titans the opportunity to at least. I don't think so. I mean, that would be a 45-yarder, 44-yarder. Now, you would have the wind, but I throw it into the end zone if I'm the Titans.
Well, it looks like the offense is coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I have faith. It's funny because I'm the one who's usually pushing for field goals, but I think that in this situation, even as much faith as I have in Stewart, I think I throw it into the end zone with the wind and just hope for the best. Maybe a pass interference penalty. And again, why is it okay for the coaches to go halfway out into the? They were past the numbers.
All
right. So they didn't actually put the second on the clock, even though they should. But it's academic. Titans have their offense out for one play here. Empty backfield for Cooper. Now they blow it dead before the snap, and it is a false start on the Titans. Well, that pretty well kills any possibility for a field goal. Not that they were going to try it anyway, but so that pushes it back to the 31. You do have some irate fans over on this side, don't you?
There is.
Surprised they didn't try to leave for halftime.
They're mad.
All right, again, empty backfield, trips on the right, Trins on the left. Back to throw Cooper, avoids the rush. He needs to get rid of this football. Oh, and he breaks a tackle, still on his feet, trying to look for somewhere to throw to. Now he goes up the middle, and he's tackled. Well, he managed to pad his stats with about 15 yards, but there's a flag down now. And it is an offensive flag. They decline it, so that's going to do it. Although I would love to see him pull him back onto the field again. The Wildcats are leaving.
No kidding.
But it was a hold on the Titans.
Jeez.
All right, so that's going to finish the first half. A wild and woolly one here from Blue Springs. The Titans trail it 17-14. Mark Files will be with you when we come back for halftime here on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Back Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Don't trust the biggest investment of your life to a part-time real estate agent. Trust the #1 team in Lee Summit and the entire state, the Rob Ellerman Team. The Rob Ellerman Team is the #1 real estate team in Missouri and number 12 nationally ranked in the U.S. with $1.5 billion in career sales. They are your real estate resource for buying or selling. They get you moving. Call anytime at 816-304-4434 or visit therobellermanteam.com. That's 816-304-4434 or anytime online. The Rob Ellerman Team, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area high school athletics.
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and Casey Cryo in Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. Casey Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at Casey Cryo and Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982, or the 2019 CR.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
When it comes to painting the exterior or interior of your home, the decision is easy. Unique Painting, voted best in the Northland for 2 years running in 2018 and 2019. Unique Painting focuses on customers' needs and offers competitive pricing, going the extra mile to make sure customers are completely satisfied. In fact, when 810 Varsity needed a paint job this year, Unique Painting was the only phone call made. Visit anytime at uniquepaintingkc.com or call today at 816-500-7759. That's uniquepaintingkc.com, a proud supporter of 810 Varsity and Metro High School Athletics.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Welcome back to Blue Springs High School at PV Memorial Stadium, where it's a windy but beautiful October evening. The Wildcats from Blue Springs High School are up 17-14 over the visiting Titans from Lee Summit West. I had the opportunity today to visit with one of our former Titan parents, Chris Admire, the father of Michael Admire. Michael was a 2007 graduate of Lee Summit West. He's also currently in the Titan Football Hall of Fame. He was inducted this past summer along with a couple of other folks, and had the opportunity to spend some time with Chris today. Chris is one of the managers for the project down at the Veterans Community Project here in Kansas City. There's a picture of Chris if you're watching with us here tonight. Chris has always had a vision, always had the desire to be community oriented. Chris does a great job of being that guy that you can always count on when you've got a project to work on within the community. Chris, first time I met him, he was umpiring Little League Baseball in Greenwood, just south of Lee Summit. He's a great father, great husband, and he's also doing some great things for this Veterans Community Project. This is a unique organization, the only one of its kind in the United States, at that 89th and Troost. Let's see, it is just south of Center High School on Troost. So if you know that area, that is where this little tiny house community has been built. The Veterans Community Project has 49 homes. They're going to have the official grand opening December 4th. Right now, currently, the 49 homes, they've got 28 of them that are occupied by veterans. These veterans have come back from service, active duty, and then are trying to transition back into society. We had the opportunity to work with a couple of the foremen on the site. They were all returned military, Marines, folks from the Army, and they are working in this project. They're doing construction. They're basically coordinating all the activities on site. And this one young man, whose name was John, that I had an opportunity to speak with, he said they spent 8 weeks in boot camp to make me a Marine. Then they turned around and let me be in the service for 9 years. And then when I was done with active duty, I went from being out in the sand in the Middle East, and 4 days later, I'm standing in the middle of Kansas City crawling off a bus with a backpack on my back, and I didn't know what I was going to do with myself.
Man, Mark, that's a hell of a story, brother.
Is it not? So this young man went through the Veterans Community Project. Chris caseworker there, helped John basically reintroduce himself back to civilization, to be a citizen, not a warrior. And so now he's given back and is a member of the team. Now what's cool about this project is that it is all funded by individual donations. It is a 501c3 organization. They do not receive any money from the federal government. Their definition of a veteran versus what the government has as a veteran are completely different. If you had this program that was getting funds from the government, they would have to go adhere to the veteran program that runs through the VA and the VA administration. So, like folks that go to these tiny houses that transition through, you would get 90 days up to 9 months one time to be a part of this program. But the way this Veterans Community Project set up is, we want you to stay as long as you need to stay until you're ready to go. The average veteran that comes through that program has been there on average of 90 days. There was one gentleman we met today that had been there 2 years, and he is going to process out after the first of the year, and everybody was very proud of him for what he was doing. But community service is a big thing at Lee Summit West. They're getting the kids involved. They're talking about being a person of character. Well, that goes way back to Coach Boehm and his involvement with the kids, and also quality parents like the Admires that taught their kids to do the right things, and then Chris is living it today. So hats off to you, Chris. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Thanks, brother.
And
hey, sorry I took so long there at halftime. I ran into Coach Tim Crone.
Tim Crone. Did you get a word in edgewise?
You know what? I barely did. I only got a word in when he asked about the kids.
You know, Brian Johnson, who owns Vision Sports and was a former play-by-play announcer on the radio for Blue Springs and Blue Springs South High School, worked with Tim on the radio. And Brian has this habit of always betting Coach Crone on things. And he told me he hasn't won a bet to Coach Crone yet, and he thinks he owes him probably a semi-full of adult beverages.
There we go.
And he goes, I keep doubling down, and I keep getting deeper and deeper in debt with him. So, no, Coach Crone's one of those characters that's fun to see and keep up with from time to time.
I had his kids at Lee Summit North in class.
And they'll admit it?
Oh, yeah. That's what he just told me. He goes, can you believe that group of girls, how crazy they were? I said, and you know what? They're great moms.
Yep.
And great people today.
And
I said, but boy, they sure were pissed off.
Oh, man. Man, I tell you, well, you know, it's the crazy ornery ones that don't let their kids get away with stuff today because I've already done it. That's kind of one of those attitudes.
That's right.
All right, we got about 5.5 minutes here to go in the halftime, and we've got some numbers to look at, and then I want to make sure we talk about what the Titans got to do to be successful to get a W tonight. Take a look at those numbers right here.
All right, we're looking at numbers here tonight, boys and girls. Well, let's tell you what, total offense tonight for Lee Summit West Titans, 153 yards. Blue Springs, 193. Number of plays, 29 for Lee Summit West, 30 for Blue Springs. Yards per play, 6.4 for Blue Springs, 5.3 for Lee Summit West. Passing on both sides, not very high. 43 yards passing for Lee Summit West, 66 for Blue Springs.
No turnovers.
No turnovers.
No turnovers. Clean game tonight.
Nope, very clean. Rushing, Lee Summit West is 110. Blue Springs is 127. And honestly, Mark, as you're looking at that right there, I mean, this is pretty even, balanced game.
Yep.
Both ways.
It is one of the more balanced games.
You know what? When it comes to penalties, each team has 5 for 55.
There you go.
Time of possession, 13-10 for Blue Springs, 10-15 for the Titans. First downs equal, 12-12. Sammy's 5 for 6 for 43, 1 touchdown.
Hawkins, 4 for 6? Yeah,
Hawkins
66.
4 for 6, 66. So just pretty well.
Basically, they're looking in a mirror, aren't they?
They are.
So, okay. Dropped 2 heartbreakers for the Titans. Liberty North, homecoming. I really thought they had that one won. The
Lee Summit North.
Or Lee Summit North, yes. And then last week at Liberty, they let one get away.
Oh, that was a heartbreaker there.
How do you keep the kids focused from this point forward? They've had a great half. They've done a good job, and they're playing solid ball.
Well, luckily you let me go to the bathroom there at halftime, and so the bathrooms are right there where the Titans were walking through, and honestly, they seemed like they were in real good spirits. I think they know that they're in this game. But, again, Mark, we know they've been in every damn game they played.
Yes, they have. They have. Here they come. Titans are coming back out on the field. I'll tell you what, I miss not seeing the Blue Springs band tonight.
Oh, I know.
The Royal Regiment, they are awesome. Best of luck to them out at their competition. And it has changed the venue tonight.
Oh, it sure has.
And I think it's helped the Titans because this crowd is not a raucous crowd that we normally have.
Well, except for the
two down in front, yeah.
Right here in front.
But you know what? They're getting their money's worth.
They are.
All $5. I'm telling you, right now. We're at. We got a little over 2 minutes to go here in halftime. They're going to reset. Give them 3 minutes to get warmed up. When you come back, you'll have Joel and the coach bring you all the action here in the second half. You're listening to a presentation of Back Porch Sports, Beckbro Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started.
Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Don't trust the biggest investment of your life to a part-time real estate agent. Trust the #1 team in Lee Summit and the entire state, the Rob Ellerman Team. The Rob Ellerman Team is the #1 real estate team in Missouri and number 12 nationally ranked in the U.S. with $1.5 billion in career sales. They are your real estate resource for buying or selling. They get you moving. Call anytime at 816-304-4434 or visit therobellermanteam.com. That's 816-304-4434 or anytime online. The Rob Ellerman Team, a proud supporter of Lee Summit Area High School Athletics.
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
When it comes to painting the exterior or interior of your home, the decision is easy. Unique Painting, voted best in the Northland for 2 years running in 2018 and 2019. Unique Painting focuses on customers' needs and offers competitive pricing, going the extra mile to make sure customers are completely satisfied. In fact, when 810 Varsity needed a paint job this year, Unique Painting was the only phone call made. Visit anytime at uniquepaintingkc.com or call today at 816-500-7759. That's uniquepaintingkc.com, a proud supporter of 810 Varsity and Metro High School Athletics.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo in Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo and Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News and World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Back live here in Blue Springs, Missouri. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Boehm as the Lee Summit West Titans taking on the Blue Springs Wildcats, trailing 17-14. As we're getting ready to go for the second half in just a little bit, do have some scores. I don't know about you, Coach, but I'm enjoying these headsets just because they're like earmuffs out here.
They are.
It's getting chilly.
It is getting chilly.
Park Hill South's 14-7 over Blue Springs South in the second quarter. Let's see what else. In the battle of recruited rich kids, it's CBC and Rockhurst. 10-7 Rockhurst.
Get out of here.
That's what it says.
God.
Halftime score. Let's see what else we got. Of note, Fort Osage 14-0 over William Chrisman. Lawrence on top of Olathe North 14-10. That's a halftime score. I would tell you the Liberty score, but they'd probably sue us.
What's that?
35-0 over St. Joe Central. Liberty North, on the other hand, is also leading Lee Summit 17-7. Wow. That is a halftime score, and the other Lee Summit score, Lee Summit North, and they're taking on Ray Peck and trailing 28-7 at the half.
Oh.
So
North is?
Yeah. It doesn't really bode well for us next week, does it? So, anyway, we'll keep you up to date on scores as we get more. I do not have, by the way, 10-0 Park Hill over Stately as well. I do not have a Boonville score for you, for the record. Titans have to kick off.
Hey, they're ranked in the state, though.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Class?
8th, Class 3.
Okay. I was going to guess class, 1/2.
Nice.
Cole Stewart with the ball teed up 40-yard line. And the Titans decided to choose the wind this quarter, interestingly, as the kick will go into and out of the end zone. So the Titans going to have to step up a little bit defensively here. They need a hold.
Yeah, they
keep
do.
this a one-score game. Trailing 17-14.
This isn't the defense that we've been watching this year either.
No. Well, I mean, it's a different offense they're trying to play against.
Very true.
Now, we also will hope that our offense will continue to produce.
Yes.
But in a game like this one, the one thing you don't want to do is fall behind by 2 scores.
No.
So at the very least, they need to keep them to a field goal or less. Harkness will give up the middle, big hole for Fontenot. Fumble, ball is loose,
still out.
And the Titans have it. Huge momentum change to start off this second half of play as Fontenot coughed up the football. The officials are now discussing. I wonder if they're discussing whether or not he might have been down. Boy,
I thought I saw the ball out.
Well, and Titans football. They had a discussion, but they went off with it. You might be surprised to know that our friends in the stands nearby here are not very happy with the call. 9 seconds into this second half of play, and the Titans take over on the Wildcat 25, trailing 17-14 with a big opportunity. First turnover of the game. Cooper. And And they'll toss it to Surratt, looking for a hole on the near side. Oh, he does a good cut up the middle as he got across right tackle across the 15. Is there a flag down? Yes, there is. And there is a hold against the Titans. So this one's coming back. It was a good run. Negates a very good run by Surratt. Again, trying to string it out and just look for a place to cut. Got it, but unfortunately, apparently, was helped out by a little illegality. So it'll be 1st and 20 for the Titans. .21, let's call it, as they put the ball back on the 36. Which is important because right now they're out of field goal range.
They are.
But it is still first down, so they got plenty of time to do something about that. Cooper, Surratt to his left. And they'll give it to him on the delay, up the middle. Runs over a man as he gets to the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6, but still set up a second down and about 15 from there. But I tell you what, he did lower his shoulder into the strong safety.
He sure did. Hey, big shout out to Mark Files for supplying us with some barbecue tonight.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you very much.
Well, not just Mark. Where'd you get it from?
Summit Hickory Pick.
Because they the ones who actually supplied it. Mark just supplied the credit card.
There you go.
Back to throw Cooper. With time, he'll heave one down the middle of the field and incomplete, looking for Baggett. No flag, and incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 15. Interesting call on the 2nd and long because it sets up a 3rd and very long. And, you know, in a situation, they may be thinking about this as a 2-down territory. You know, the ball at the 30-yard line, you wouldn't punt it from here.
No.
But at the same time, like I said, I mean, it'd be a 47-yard field goal from right here to try and tie the game.
I think this wind is way too tricky.
Yeah. Crowd loud as they've been all game. From the pistol. Cooper. And it's a delayed give to Surratt, and he gets up to about the 25, and it almost looks like they were just trying to set up a field goal try. Here comes Cole Stewart for what is probably going to be about a 42, 43-yarder. With the wind at his back, he certainly has the leg for this. To try and tie the game. But like I said, it's a little tricky. He needs to keep it to the left because the wind will blow it to his right. Out of the hold of Cardell. Puts it down. The kick is up. It is off the post and no good. Clanged it right off the upright.
Sure did. Doggone it.
At the distance, it was above the crossbar when it hit that post.
Is the wind going to pick up at all tonight?
We talked about that in coach's conversation, and I told the coach.
Gosh.
As the Wildcats and unfortunately the Titans unable to capitalize on the turnover. And so now it'll be Wildcat football at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. But boy, he had the distance. And like I said, he needed to keep it to the left because the wind was going to blow it to the right. And it did. And it blew it just enough to clank it off the upright. So here are the Wildcats again. They only ran the one play. Harkness will give. Fontenot trying to find room on the right side. He's pulled down as he got to about the 20-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage. Good play there by Hammond, the strong safety tonight. Moving up as Grace, the starting strong safety, is playing cornerback now that Cahill down with the injury. And Hammond getting an opportunity to fill in for the rest of the year. 2nd down and 10. Under center. Harkness back to toss, and it's going to be the end around. Some running room.
Yeah, they got him on holding on the edge.
Willich with the run. And like you said, the flag comes down. And this should turn it into a 2nd down and 20. Waiting for the official indication it is holding against Blue Springs. Well, the wind is probably stronger now than it's been at any point tonight.
Yes, it is.
You're looking out, I mean, even during the warm-up earlier when the sun was up, the flags were flying, but they are like, straight out now. So again, that's going to push them back to about their own 10, 11.
These fans saw the same thing we did, and they're still trying to argue against that holding.
Want to take a guess as to what chance they have of winning that argument?
I know.
So 2nd down and 20. Ball at the 11-yard line. And a little bit of a
sideline warning.
Yeah.
West.
It looked like he'd set it on the west, but I don't know. Yeah, because it really would have been Blue Springs. He may have pointed the wrong direction. I'm not sure. Okay. So apparently they only enforced that on one side of the field.
Yeah.
Harkness under center. And on play action will roll to his right side. He throws and bounced it to his intended receiver. And to be quite honest, he was looking for Harkness. I should be Isaac Harkness, from presumably his brother or cousin or something, Dom. And it was actually better that he bounced it to him. If he actually caught it, he would have lost 3 yards.
It was very well covered, too.
Yeah. Well, and he was on his knees. So if he'd actually caught it, he'd have been down anyway. But it does set up a 3rd down and 20. And on the delayed give, another fumble by Fontenot, but he picks it right back up. He's not going to get much, though. Maybe about 2. And it'll set up a 4th down in a punting situation where the punter is going to be kicking out of his own end zone.
Cam Cares will cause some havoc right there.
Too bad that there wasn't anybody closer when he dropped the football. And it's also fortuitous for the Wildcats that it bounced right back up to him. A lot of times when you drop the football like that, it's an oblong thing. It sometimes will just bounce all the way around.
Well, should have good field position here.
Romero standing right at his goal line. In fact, now a yard deep into his end zone. See if the Titans come after him. Ooh. They do not, but he does. It's a bad kick. I mean, again, into the wind. Bounces at the 49, takes a slight Wildcat bounce, but the Titans will have good field position at the Wildcat 43. So no damage done on the missed field goal, as it turns out.
I'll tell you what, this wind is something else.
We need more rocks out here. Although I think I'm pretty sure I told you, first game I ever did play-by-play, which was Mississippi State on the road. And I had a big 11 by 17 cardboard depth chart that I had made that sometime in the 3rd quarter got blown into the stands from the photo deck. Cooper with an empty backfield and quads on the left, and back to throw he goes. Looking right side, he'll throw right side, not much there, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Russo and tried to go back shoulder, but it was a little too far inside. So yeah, I was, they were doing construction. They had 2 grandstands, on either side, but it wasn't like a bowl or a U or anything like that. And so those grandstands ended up acting like a big wind tunnel. And we were way out on the photo deck, way high in the stadium, and my play chart got just blown into some lucky fan went home with a headache and my play chart, presumably. Give to Surratt, cuts up, and he's hit and tackled. There's a flag down in holding territory. It was a gain of about 8, but I presume this is going to come back. The flag is at the 42. Officials are discussing it. And holding the call against the Titans. So both teams in this half have been imploding due to penalties more than anything else. Second down, and they put it down at the 47 of the Titans. They've got to get to the 33. So it's about a 20-yard gain they need. Cooper rolls to the left side. He's looking to throw. Now he pulls it down. He's hitting the backfield and sacked. Didn't have anybody to go to. And the protection broke down. And that's going to set up a third down and a ton for the Titans.
Well, I just think that's hard on Sammy.
Yeah.
To roll out to his left.
And then come across his body.
And then come across his body. That's tough.
It is. It's even tougher when there's nobody open.
Yeah.
He's throwing with the wind at his back, but that's not necessarily any easier. Third down and long. Cooper back to throw. He will throw, and he's got Cardell. Makes the catch and was forced out of bounds as he got to about the 42-yard line. It's a nice gain on the play of 20-plus yards, but it's still going to leave him shy of a first down by about 9. And I would assume that the Titans will punt it away here.
Yeah, Surratt caught that one. 20.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 23.
All right. What did I say, Cardell?
Cardell.
Okay.
Because he was in that vicinity.
Yeah, 23, 25, they're close. They look similar. So it looks like the Titans are going to go for it here. This is a surprising call unless they pooch punt it. Back to throw. Cooper will throw. Far side, he's got Russo, but incomplete. Why would you... That just, I tell you what, it shows a lot of confidence in the Titan defense, but it is not a call I would make.
No, I mean, why wouldn't you go for the first down?
Well, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
that's a low percentage pass there.
Yes, it is.
Especially, with all the wind and everything like that. That was an overthrown ball, and you got to assume that the overthrow was as much as anything due to Cooper not being able to gauge how much the wind was going to blow it down the field, which is understandable that he wouldn't be able to do that. It's not like we've been taking shots all day and he, and he's used to it. That's like one of the first times all day that he's had an opportunity to do that. So, are you allowed as a coach to walk out to the numbers like that?
Man, I tell you what, hell, I didn't know they changed the rules, put 40 seconds on the damn clock.
Speaking of that, if they're actually down to 10 seconds as they come out to the line. Snap and roll into the left side, throw in left. It is caught on a bit of a wide receiver screen there. And good for about 7 yards on the catch is Lloyd. It'll be second down and short.
6-yard gain on the play.
For Xavier Lloyd.
Correct, 7-yard gain on the play.
Down to 6:40 left to go in the third quarter. This quarter has taken a lot longer, isn't it?
It sure has.
Give to King. Up the middle. And he's going to be close to a first down. Hadn't been able to really break any runs, but the 2 yards or so that he needed.
3 yards on the play.
Looks like he is going to be shy. They're going to come out and measure this, it looks like, which is something you almost never see anymore. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Mark, I'm not for sure if you heard at halftime when Joel was giving some scores. Ray Peck 27, Lisa North 7.
28.
28-7?
Yeah.
Man, that's going to be tough for next week.
Well, maybe North was just not as motivated as they were against us.
Well, Mark said that we beat him up. We got him hurt, and so they're playing without a lot of guys.
That could be too. So they are short, not by much. I think they'll go for it on third down.
I think they are. As Kelly was out on the numbers again. Third
down and inches. I bet they run it.
Good. Good betting man.
It's a quarterback sneak. Gutsy call.
Gutsy call.
Considering all the dislocated kneecaps we've had.
And honestly, true. And honestly, how well our defensive front has been playing.
But they did get a good push, actually. And it was a first down. Got a good yard, maybe even 2 on that.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats in Titan territory at the 46. Harkness will send King to his right and drop back into the shotgun with Trips on the right side. Takes the snap and gives to King. Stopped at the line. And he is pulled down by Benedetti. He just sort of stopped there. There was a wall of players, I'll give him that. But it's not like he hit the wall of players and was stopped. He just stopped as he got to it. I'm not sure exactly what was going through his mind, if he was thinking maybe I can go around this or something like that. So 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. This time it is a reverse, and looks like he's going to, it looked like he might pull up for a run, but instead Willich will, that's what I meant. He was going to pull it up on the run to throw it, but he didn't. I don't know if it was because he didn't like what he saw or if he just was hesitating his run. Didn't get much on it. Good defense by the Titans, not biting too badly on the reverse. No gain on the play, 3rd and 10.
I tell you what, I thought there were some receivers kind of open there. If he would have.
I was worried about it when it looked to me like he was pulling up. But the one thing about that, though, is that had he thrown it, I think there's a real good chance to get a pick in that situation because of the wind, not because of the open receivers. Because balls would tend to hang up like that. Harkness gives to Fontenot. There is a hole, and he leans forward, but he's still going to be shy of a first down by probably about 2.
Okay.
But the ball in the 38 into the wind, they're going to go for it here.
Watch the quarterback.
Okay.
Is he? It looks like he's moving before the ball is even snapped. In his cadence.
Okay.
It's almost like he's jumping.
Well, you want me to throw a flag?
Well, hell yes.
4th down.
And I think the fullback's doing the same thing, or the little tailback's doing the same thing.
Yeah. I hadn't noticed it. I'll have to say that. I mean, if I had, I would have said something. The H-back, like I said, we did notice a couple of times him moving forward as the play was going. And it is going to be Fontenot, and he breaks away and gets a first down. Originally looked like he might be hitting the backfield, but did a good job of just sort of waiting for the hole to open. And he was able to sidestep it and get a first down. Big play by the Wildcat offense there. So the Blue Springs able to convert on 4th down and about 2. Fresh set of downs from the Titan 35.
Tell you what, the wind's blowing so bad, my nose is running all over the place.
Harkness gives Fontenot, trying to follow blockers off left tackle. He's hitting tackle as he gets across the 30, about the 28. It'll be a gain of 6 or 7. Set up a 2nd down and short. Clock running with 3:22 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Wildcats up 17-14. Of course, keep in mind, from a kicking perspective, the Titans are going to be going into the wind in the 4th quarter. They were hoping to be ahead by then, when they chose the wind for this half anyway.
I know.
Give Fontenot right side. He's hit in the backfield and taken down.
Yeah, I can't believe he chose the win there in the 3rd quarter. I thought for sure he'd pick it in the 4th.
Well, it's going to set up a 3rd down and about 4.
3rd and 4.
Marked him down around the 29. Really no gain, if not a loss of a half a yard. 2:34 left to go. And again, this is smart play by the Wildcats to keep it on the ground here, not only because it's been effective, as Harkness keeps it himself on the run pass option, although I tell you what, he'll be short. Yeah, it looked like, I mean, we'll see where they mark it, but He's about a half a yard short. I wonder if they're going to measure this. I don't know why they would. It's clear that the line to gain is beyond the yard marker, so they're not. It's going to be 4th down. But that was a time where the quarterback actually had to rip the ball out of the... That's always a dangerous play because you never know. We're down to 2:04 left to go. But by keeping it on the ground, they're knocking the time off this quarter and getting the wind at their back. Will there be another sneak? No, it is a handoff. Fontenot right side, and he'll get the first down. Off a right tackle. That'll move the chains again. Second straight time the Wildcats able to convert on 4th and short. And looks like we have a player down for the Titans. Can't see who it is lying on his back. Obviously one of the interior linemen. I can't see who it is.
Hey Joel, can I borrow that coat?
No, I'm using it. But we could huddle together for warmth.
Huddle together for warmth. Mark, can you scoot over? Oh my gosh.
Well, like I said, the Titans do not want to fall behind by 2 scores. That is Devin Force, who was the injured player, and again holding his back. I don't know what is it about back injuries today. I can relate. My back's a little sore myself.
Yeah, but we got other excuses for that.
Yeah. And the extra 35 years doesn't help. So it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on the Titan 22. And they are without Devin Force as there's a toss sweep here. Fontenot with some room, and he's hit and tackled as he gets inside the 15 down to the 10, and now Peck is a little slow in getting up again. Gimpy on the ankle, but he looks like he'll be okay.
That was very close to a pick. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was close. I think it could have been called.
I think could be called.
Should have been called.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12. It looked like there was some movement on the run pass option. A keeper by Harkness, maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Whenever they've gotten into the red zone, the Wildcats have been able to get into the end zone. They had the 1 field goal try, but it was from further out earlier in the game.
Minute 10 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. And they're milking that clock too.
Like I said, why wouldn't they? I
would.
would.
No doubt.
Give Fontenot looking for a hole. He's hit. There's a flag down. Benedetti makes the tackle. The flag came from behind the line, which is an unusual place for holding, but it still could be.
Right. Different angle.
Yeah. And holding is the call against the Wildcats. And that could be a big drive killer. It'll turn what would probably have been a 3rd down and about 10 to a 2nd and 20. You definitely take the penalty in this scenario.
Absolutely.
You know, the other thing as far as milking the clock is concerned is even in just this drive, if you can get the switch over before you get to 4th down, it's a much easier field goal to make. Although, saying that, that's only sort of true. Because we saw Cole Stewart having trouble. Harkness wide open, and he missed him. Boy, I tell you what, Titans again just absolutely dodging a bullet there, because you had a just wide open Willich, and he's their main receiver. How does a guy like that get to be that wide open?
Unreal.
That's just.
I mean, he came out of the backfield, didn't he?
No.
Okay.
So it'll be third down, about 17. Now the thing is here, they may be forced to kick the field goal, and now we get a whistle and flags. Yeah, I would imagine it's a false start. Interestingly, that may actually be a break for the Wildcats, because it was a low snap, and if they hadn't stopped play.
There's Kelly again on the field.
Yeah, out at the numbers.
And the official standing right there.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, we got a sideline warning at some point. Apparently, they only enforced it on one side. I mean, that's just ridiculous. All right, so after the penalty, back to throw Harkness. He throws left side, wide open again. Touchdown. Lloyd with the catch, and again, there was literally no one within 5 yards of him. Maybe even 10. How does that happen?
I don't know.
And I mean, so you have a 3rd and 22. You've managed, they shot themselves in the foot with a holding call, and you've managed to set it up so that you might be able to get out of this with nothing scored, but at the worst down by 6, and now you're down by 9 and the extra point to come. And that is good. So it's a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. 32 seconds to go in the quarter. Titans are going to need to step things up. Kickoff when we come back. This is Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Pros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Welcome back out to Blue Springs, Missouri. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit Weston, Blue Springs, Wildcats on top of the Titans, 24-14. And you don't win games when you allow stuff like that to happen.
No.
Short kick taken by an up man about the 30-yard line, hit and tackled. Decent field position for the Titans, and they need their offense obviously to answer this drive. But even with a touchdown, you're still down, and it's 30 seconds to go in the quarter, and you're going to be going into the win next quarter. Although to be honest, from an offensive standpoint, I don't know that that's going to bother the Titans too much today, with the only exception being in the distance of a potential field goal. But he may actually find Sammy. That throwing into the wind today is actually going to be a little easier, but we'll see. So Titans with an empty backfield to start. Surratt in motion, fake to him, and up the middle goes Cooper with some running room, pulled down as he gets across the 40 to about the 41. 42 actually. Good gain on the play, moves the chains. Clock stopped as they move it with 20 seconds, now back moving again. Titans get the play off quickly, and it's Surratt this time, trying to get around the left end, does. He is hit, pushes forward as he gets to midfield. Hard running by Surratt, and that's probably going to be the last play of the quarter. And time expires, 12 minutes of football left to go. Can the Titans find their way back? They trail at 24-14. We'll take a break, come back with the fourth quarter right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem.
Welcome back out to PV Memorial Stadium here at Blue Springs. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm.
I just took a couple laps here, Joel.
I noticed that. You ought to find Taylor Files, get him over here. I'm sure he'd be happy to provide some heat for you. Here is Cooper on the keeper. It's a bit of a quarterback draw that way. I think he just didn't like what he saw and took off.
It looked like a draw option there, too, at the end.
But it was a good gain, move the chains on the first play. And like I said, going into the wind in this quarter, I'm not so sure it'll be a problem for them, but we'll have to wait and see. They've been keeping it mostly on the ground today. From the pistol. And it is a reverse Baggett. Lots of running room around the right side, inside the 30, 25, 20, 15. Cuts inside to the 10, hit and tackled inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
Trick play number 17.
Colby Baggett on the end around.
Man.
Call it a counter misdirection play. How's that? I was about to make the comment that we haven't seen a whole lot of Brock Coble today, and we may see more of him this quarter.
Right.
But Colby Baggett and the Titans first and goal. Man in motion, and it is a toss to him, and he waltzing into the end zone. Surratt, touchdown.
No flags. Very good. Very good.
I think he tossed that in front of him, didn't it? So that's actually going to count as a touchdown pass, technically for Sammy Cooper.
Good answer.
For 3 yards, and the Titans back to within 4 with the extra point to come. And of course, you know, kicking into the wind, even the extra point is an issue because this is a real. I mean, you can hear it over the, over the microphone. It is a strong wind. Cardell to hold. Stewart. Snap back, ball down, kick. Blocked. So we talked about that. That's a huge play. Third time in 2 weeks we've had is that a blocked extra point third time? 2 times last week.
Man.
And of course he hit the upright on a field goal earlier today. So I imagine you could blame some of that on the wind, but he really just didn't get enough under it.
I don't think he got it up.
No, he really didn't.
I thought the snap was good. I thought the hold was good. I just don't think he got his foot into it.
We'll see what they do on the kickoff when we come back. 24-20 our score, 11-17 to go regulation time on Titan Football. Presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810.
When it comes to SUVs, millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
Back live at Blue Springs High School. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm. 24-20 Wildcats on top of the Titans. A 4-point lead. That's that big point because
that's a huge point, Joel.
Yeah.
That's offsides on us. They didn't call it.
Squib kick. Fielded at about the 17. Up to near the 30-yard line. That's the other issue. That is... that this wind makes a difference on is on kickoffs or punts for that matter either, although if you're the Titans you're hoping you don't have to punt for the rest of the game. But it does also make a difference for the Wildcats. If you can stop them, you're not going to get great field position presumably. Because no matter where on the field you stop them, they should be able to punt it away and at least change the field on you. There was a penalty on that return. A hold or an illegal block. I didn't actually notice.
On Blue Springs?
Yeah, so that pushes them back to around their own 19. But the Titan defense are going to have to come up with a stop here. It doesn't have to be this drive, but at some point they have to come up with a stop. Because they're chasing 2 scores, and now, of course, they only are chasing 1, but it's got to be a touchdown. Harkness under center. And it is a give. Left side, Fontenot. He's got running room, gets around the edge. Fredrickson forces him out of bounds right at the yard marker, but it'll be gain of 10. And I believe that's going to move the chains. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. They're not moving the chains, so apparently he was about a yard shy, so it'll be 2nd and 1. Stops the clock with exactly 11 minutes left to go in regulation time. Titans trying to sweep Blue Springs as a district for the first time in school history.
Yes.
But trailing by 4 in the 4th quarter. Harkness. And we get whistles.
Another.
It's going to be a false start, I believe. That's a big play, though, because, like I said, they were about a yard shy, so that's going to turn a 2nd and 1 to a 2nd and 6.
Taylor Files came through. Yeah.
He is inside.
He is inside.
I told you he'd provide heat for you. I thought he was just going to come back and cuddle. But now, if your boy was here.
Which one?
Evan.
Evan,
He could heat us all up.
He could heat us all up. No doubt.
All right, after the penalty, 2nd down and 6. Under center, Harkness. And a give, trying to go right side. Fontenot, he'll try and get around the edge. And is forced out of bounds. Grace over there forced him out. But it is a gain on the play. See where they're marking him. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 2. Yeah, people tell me I look like a bear sometime, but Evan.
He's a big bear. But ask his wife, he's a teddy bear.
Of course, we all are. What are you talking about? But he does have a bigger beard than I do. At least he used to last time I saw him.
Yes, he does.
All right, 3rd and short. Deep drop for Fontenot. Single back, and it's going to be a keeper, and I don't think he got it. I mean, he needed a couple yards. That was a keeper by Harkness. We'll see where they put it down. It's going to be 4th down. Boy, do you go for it here on your own 29-yard line? That would be taking a huge chance.
10 and a half minutes left.
I mean, I know you're kicking into the wind, but you don't want to give them the football. Ahead by 4. They may try and draw them off sides. We'll see. Devin Forrest, in case you're wondering, is back in now in the game. He was hurt earlier. Will they?
Man.
They do snap it. They give it Fontenot, and he's going to get a 1st down.
Ballsy.
I tell you what. I mean, that is huge. And it is now the 3rd time they've been able to convert on 4th down. And so, if the Titans eventually end up losing this game, there are a number of things you can look back to. Giving up a touchdown on 3rd and 22 is probably top of that list. But allowing a team to just keep converting on 4th down, and even from their own 29.
Man, did you see how far back he was setting?
Yeah.
He was set 7-8 yards back there.
Yeah. And it's amazing because, like I said before, this front 7 in the past has been very, good at controlling the line of scrimmage. And at times they are today, but certainly not on that play. Give. Fontenot trying to get around the left side. He's got running room. Fredrickson steps up and takes him down to the 40-yard line. But again, it's a gain of 5. Is there a flag? Yeah, there is a flag. In the backfield in a holding area.
And that's coming from the back judge.
Yeah. Been a couple of times we've seen that flag fly in from there. Let's see, it may be against the Titans. Is it 12 men? No, it is a legal use of the hands against the Wildcats. So an illegal block. Somebody probably got hit from behind.
Yeah.
And it should be from the spot of the foul, and the flag was down at around the line of scrimmage, so it should make it a 1st and 20. The only thing about this is that if you're the Wildcats, you don't care, because getting into these 1st and 20 situations has not stopped them in this second half anyway, and in a lot in the first half either, for that matter. If anything, all it's doing is wasting more clock.
Right.
So, the ball is placed on the 23. Like 19 or 20. Another reverse. Willage trying to, and he's hit, but gets out of a tackle, still on his feet. And Fredrickson steps up and takes him down. About the 4th guy to hit him.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, pretty good running over there by Connor Willage, but it only resulted in about a 1-yard gain as it turned out.
But he ran for 40.
So that'll make it 2nd down and a ton.
Official timeout.
Okay, do we have an injured player?
Looks like some blood.
Okay. Yeah, Willage is being taken off the field or asked to leave. They gave him really no gain on the play. The line of scrimmage remains at around the 22-23, so it's roughly 2nd down and 20. Although, have you noticed, by the way, that when the Wildcats have the ball, the guy running the clock never changes the yard to gain? It still says 2nd and 10 up there on the scoreboard, even though it's, like I said, it's clearly not. I formation this time. Back to throw. Throwing far side and incomplete. Looking for a flag, but not going to get one. Was Lloyd over there. Was there a flag in the backfield, though? No. Thought for a minute I saw something come from behind before the throw was made, but.
Well, I tell you what, Floyd tried to sell that one, though, didn't he?
Yeah, it's Lloyd, but yes.
Lloyd, sorry.
Yeah. L-O-Y-D. It's kind of an interesting
Lloyd.
spelling.
Yeah.
Boy needs to grow a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'll tell you
We
what,
should ask him how many.
lifesaver.
We should ask him how many games he's reffed.
Oh man. Yeah, no kidding.
All right, on the play action, back to throw Harkness. He is throwing down the middle of the field, incomplete. Willage was the intended receiver, and I tell you what, Willage was wide open when he was ready to throw that ball, but he threw it into the coverage. And part of that was Willage running that route that way, but if he had adjusted his route to come toward the near sideline, no one was going to catch him because he was wide open.
All right, Joel, we got right at 8 minutes left.
Yep.
Titans are going to get the ball back.
Well, you never know. It is 4th down. They've been pretty successful on these 4th down plays.
What's Sterling going to do?
4th and 20, fake punt? No.
How many trick plays?
Little dog patch formation, maybe.
Hey, we haven't seen double pass yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. All right, so he kicks it into the wind. High. Pretty good kick, actually, by Romero. Fair catch called for and made by Fredrickson. Interesting that Fredrickson was back there. It was almost like the Titans weren't sure that it was going to be a punt. Because, to be honest, that was a returnable punt. But because it was Fredrickson, most likely, he just was told to fair catch it no matter what.
Right.
So the Titans have pretty decent field position. They are on their own 36. 8 minutes left to go, 7:57. I wonder what they're screaming about.
I don't know.
The man in motion is Surratt. They fake to him, and it's Cooper. Did a good job to get back to almost the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. But that play was sniffed out well by the Wildcat defense. The linebacker, Danny Wheeler, number 5, did a good job of helping to break that up along with some more of his teammates. Second down and long. Boy, they did not give him a very good spot on that. And it's going to be Cooper. Oh, and he was tripped up. That was possibly going to be a big gain, except he had one penetration in the backfield, and it was just enough to trip him up. Set up a third down and long. They put the ball on the 35, so it's third and about 11, or long 10. Clock running with under 7 minutes left to go in regulation time. We'll see if they air it out here. This will be the first pass into the wind for Cooper. And he throws, and it is caught, and it is going to be a first down and more. Surratt with the catch along the far sideline, and he's hit and knocked out of bounds well into Wildcat territory at the Blue Springs 41.
Great blocking downfield by the receivers.
Well set up screen. Really a swing pass more than a screen.
Yeah.
But either way. And like you said, the good job was by the receiving crew blocking downfield. First and 10 for the Titans. And it'll be a give up the middle. Surratt. And he gets across the 40 down to about the 37. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Actually, they drop it back a yard, so let's call it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Titans. And it's Cooper, and the handoff on the delayed give Surratt. That was again sniffed out well by the Wildcat defense, as once again that was Wheeler in the backfield to blow that up before it ever had a chance to get going. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, obviously nobody blocked him.
No, and the guy was sitting there in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, lucky for us that Sammy didn't hand it off to him, because he was right next to Surratt. Third down and long. Titans maybe in 4-down territory here. Back to throw Cooper. And he'll pull it down, roll to the right side. He's going to get hit and tackled as he got to the 40-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 9. And like I said, I imagine the Titans will go for it here.
I'd say so. I don't know.
Well, there's 5 minutes left to go.
I don't know if it was confusion or what down here, but Cardell and the other receiver down here ran into each other.
Under 5 minutes left to go. 4th down and 9 for the Titans. Cooper, Surratt to his right. Back to throw. He's got time, throws over the middle, incomplete, right in the hands of Baggett. And he kind of alligator armed it a bit.
He sure did.
That would have been enough for a first down. But it'll be a turnover on downs for the Titans. And now they're really going to need their defense to step up, and it's not enough just to stop them. They need to stop them quick, because otherwise that 434 is going to melt away pretty quickly.
It's going to melt away real quick.
The Titans have all 3 of their timeouts, but
Kelly's going to milk this clock down.
Well, that's the point, is that you need to stop them.
That's why I don't like the 40 seconds added. I don't like that.
That's why you need to, to get them stopped with they can get maybe 1-2 first downs at the most. After that, you're going to blow through your timeouts, and that'll be that. Give is to Fontenot. Left side, he's hit and tackled as he got to the line of scrimmage. Good job that time by the Titans defense. It'll be 2nd down. They have not started the 40-second clock. It took them about 4 seconds. The whole point of the 40-second clock is it's supposed to start immediately after the down. And it took about 4 seconds before they actually started it.
Home field advantage, though.
Yep. Like I said, we're not going to get 2 plays in 3.9 seconds here.
No.
We weren't at home then either, though. Waiting for the clock. It's down to 10 seconds. Harkness from the shotgun. He'll take a low snap, give to Fontenot left side, hit, and taken down for a loss. Basil led a group, along with Careswell and one other. It'll be third down. So it'll be under 3 minutes before they snap the ball this time, assuming the Titans don't call a timeout. Now, what do they do here on 3rd and 11? Does he go for the long pass once again? Does he run the ball and eat another 40 seconds off the clock?
I'll tell you what, I think he might run the ball and get Vinny to call a timeout.
Yeah.
But nope.
On play action, rolling to the right side, throwing near side, incomplete. He was looking for that H-back that has been out all the time. That's another Willich. That's Carson Willich. Cooper Willich is the one that we've been calling the number 4, but Carson, the H-back, has been out there every play, just hasn't been a target until now, and that's a big break for the Titans because they don't have to blow their timeout.
Right.
It's 4th down and 11.
A lot can happen in 3 minutes.
Oh, there's plenty. Yeah, they got plenty of time with 3 timeouts. They're throwing into the wind, but still, again, they've got plenty of time. Now, interesting to see what kind of a kick we get here. Now, keep in mind, Cooper is back to receive this kick with, Fredrickson. And he's going to let it bounce, and it's going to go inside the 5 and down to the 5-yard line. That's where it'll be down. You know, Fredrickson, we should mention, I said last time Fredrickson was back there because possibly, they weren't expecting the punt, but it occurs to me now that that's normally Taylor Wilson's job, and he's out.
Right.
And so that's probably why Fredrickson's in there. And unfortunately for us, did not make a good decision there.
Well, but again, it looks like there was confusion with Fredrickson in the sideline. They first had him sitting on the 5-yard line. Then all of a sudden, as soon as he punted the ball, the coaches are telling him to move up.
Yeah.
So
95 yards separates the Titans and a victory with 2:45 left to go. See what they can do here. Sammy Cooper standing on his gold line from the shotgun. He'll give it to Surratt. Makes a nice little stutter step, goes out of bounds after a gain of 9.5. It'll be 2nd and short. Good running by Surratt. Had Wheeler in the backfield with him, but he just sort of stutter steps, stopped and started.
Good blocking by Baggett, though, too.
2nd down and 1. Cooper. And again, it's a give Surratt. Going around the outside, he'll get that 1st down and go out of bounds again. And quickly, the Titans out to the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock stopped with 2:34 left to go. And again, because of the blocked extra point, Titans have to have a touchdown here. A field goal won't do enough. Cooper back to throw. With time, he'll roll to the right side. Now he's going to run it, runs out of bounds. Might have lost a yard on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 11, but it does stop a clock with 2:27 left to go, so that's not really a big deal to lose a yard, this is one of those scenarios that if they ever did what they were talking about doing in the pros and change the point structure for extra points, that you could have a situation. Now, it wouldn't really apply in a high school game, but they've always talked about, like 50-plus yard field goals, maybe counting them for 4 points. Cooper, give up the middle. Surratt, nothing there. Gains about a yard. Actually, maybe 2, but it's going to set up a 3rd down and 9, and the Titans burn their 1st timeout. Stops the clock with 2:16 left to go. But anyway, like I said, they've talked about this for years, about the possibility of, if you get in too close, only counting 2 points for a field goal, for example, if it's inside 30 yards. 30 to 50 yards would be 3-point field goals, and 50 plus would be 4. If that were the case, though, one of the weird conditions you could find yourself in is in a position where you would intentionally have to lose some yards in order to kick a field goal. In this situation where you're down by 4, you could have the ball on the 25 or something and have to, your choice is to either go for the end zone or to, take your chances on a 50 plus, 51 yarder or something like that. It would make some interesting, coaching decisions.
It sure would.
Like I said, it wouldn't affect a high school game, I wouldn't imagine. All right, 3rd down and long. Cooper rolls right, being chased. And he's going to get tackled. Set up a 4th down, and he did not get out of bounds, so the Titans need to call a timeout here. They do. They burn their 2nd timeout. And Sammy needed to either get out of bounds or get rid of that football. He couldn't really accept a sack like that. That was not a good decision. It's a loss of about 8. And it's going to set up a 3rd down and about 17 or so. 4th and 17. After the timeout, so the game's coming down to this now. But I got to say, I question the play calling.
Oh, big time.
Just for this series,
yes.
I mean.
Yeah, don't understand it.
Although some of it is, is the play calling, and some of it, honestly, is the decision making as far as, Sammy and as a quarterback. You got to make better decisions. You've got to get rid of the ball quicker, or decide to pull the ball down and run quicker, or if you're in a situation like he was in, like I said, you've got to get rid of that ball or at least run out of bounds.
Well, here's the ball game, Joe.
4th and 18. By the way, you notice that the scoreboard says 18, not for us.
Yeah.
Back to throw is Cooper. With time, throwing down the middle, and it's Cardell, and it's caught, and he's still on his feet, going forward. Still pushing forward as he gets up near midfield. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
First catch.
That's his first catch of the game.
First catch of the game.
Well, he picked a good time to target him.
Did a very good job of targeting.
Plenty of time still. 1:53 left to go.
The what?
They're saying it was a strip at the end of it. So it is going down as a turnover now, and it obviously, NFL this would be reviewed, but in high school it is not. In the NFL, the argument would be made that his forward progress had stopped. Well, that's going to do it. I mean, the Titans have 1 timeout. And apparently they just ripped it out of his hand at some point. You had, 6 blue jerseys surrounding him?
Absolutely.
Again, as an officiating crew, how can you allow a gang of people to just come over and mug somebody? That's essentially what happened. That's fair football?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what football's all about.
And you know what? That was a big scrum, and it was just it was the Wildcats just moving him down the field.
Give is to Fontenot up the middle, and they'll stop him. I'm not sure. It looks like they are going to burn their last time out there. So it'll be stopped with 1 minute and 46 seconds left to go. With the 40-second clock, if the Titans can stop them on the 2 plays, they will get the ball back with only a few seconds left. But, like I said, that's not what... Now, I will say one thing, which is that in Trevor's case, when he found himself in that position, he really needed to just go down. Because of, the fact that it was late in the game anyway, and so on. He clearly, I can understand fighting for the yardage to begin the play, but once you're surrounded by 5-6 guys and you're not going to get to the end zone, go down. and that would have solved that problem. But I still, I can't condone the idea of an officiating crew allowing 6 or 7 players on one team to go mug a player on the other team. That's not what football's all about. Well, the Titans need to go for a strip themselves here if at all possible. And it's going to be a keeper staying in bounds. Was the quarterback Harkness. And he will be about 4 yards shy of the first down. Clearly, obviously, the Titans have to, stop him from getting a first down.
Be under a minute.
But yeah, like I said, now it should be a little more than that. But like I said before, they are milking as much as they can before they start that 40-second clock. Even
they are,
which again is not. It's completely against the rules, but they're allowing it to happen anyway. The whole point of the 40-second clock is it starts immediately after the play is over.
This will be interesting here.
See what they do on third down, and it is a give. Harkness fighting, still fighting. They're going for it. Boy, now they blow the play dead. And our friends in front of us, I think they're going to get a first down here.
Yep, first down. Ball
game is over.
You know what? That was a poor spot, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No question.
Spot.
Yeah. Even considering forward progress,
yes.
that was
not good.
No, it was pathetic.
Man.
The good news is it's not going to make any difference.
Nope.
In the grand scheme of things.
Why is the game clock not moving in the?
I know.
Oh, it doesn't matter at this point. They'll need to drop down one time, and that'll be it. So, you never want to particularly blame the game on the officials, but like you said, this season, we have found ourselves questioning calls way more often than we have in years past. And it's citywide. It's not just one game. It's been every game. And like you said, apparently it's not just our games.
No, it's not.
So that's going to do it. Time ticking off. And the Blue Springs Wildcats have escaped with a 24-20 win over the Lee Summit West Titans, with the Titans dropping to 500 and losing their third game in a row. With senior night coming up next week at home to Ray Peck. So it looks like, when was the last time we had a sub-500 season? The first year of the program?
2004.
Yeah. First time in 15 years. Now, that hadn't happened yet. The Titans do have, but Ray Peck's an awfully good team.
They are a very good team.
We'll discuss that, have some post-game numbers, and wrap things up when we come back. Final score again, 24-20 Wildcats over the Titans. This is Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Welcome back out here to Blue Springs, PV Memorial Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain. Titans drop a heartbreaker to the Wildcats, 24-20 the final score. And Coach has some numbers for us at the end of the game. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. Hey, once again, like last week, total offense, 311 for Titans, 298 for Blue Springs.
Not as big of a lot.
Not as big, but still,
yeah,
we're putting some numbers out there. Passing, 119 for Lee Summit West, 97 for Blue Springs. Rushing, 192 for West, 201 for Blue Springs. Penalties, 7 for 75 yards for West, 11 and 105 for Blue Springs.
The real big number.
Time of possession is huge. 28 for Blue Springs, 18 for the Titans.
Well, they did pass a little bit more to the Titans. One of the big number that is the difference in the game is the turnover number. And it's not that it was lopsided. I believe it was one apiece. But it is. But it was that last turnover that prevented the Titans from the opportunity to try and win this football game.
Well, and this is what gets me too. You've got one of the best wide receivers in Kansas City.
And you target him once all game.
He catches the ball one time for 35 yards and then gets stripped.
Right.
And that was the ball game. But I don't know. I just
and gets stripped by a host of players in a big scrum too.
Right. And honestly, I wish I could have been down there to listen to what Vinny had to say to him because it's huge. We're 500 now.
Yeah.
4-4. Got Ray Peck coming to town, and Ray Peck is they're on fire right now.
Very good team. Although they've been beaten this year, and
they have,
and they've had teams at least come back on them and do a good job as well. So they're not like they're not a juggernaut that's unbeatable by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, right.
Trying to see if I can get an update on the score of their game against Lee Summit North. Let's see before we sign off. Boy, that wind's still picking up.
It's a killer. My eyes are watering. My nose is running.
There it is, 35-10 in the fourth quarter. Ray Peck over North.
Wow.
The other Lee Summit game involved Liberty North, and Liberty North was winning. It's 38-7 was the final over Lee Summit.
Wow.
Boy, Liberty
North is playing well right now.
I would not want to meet them in the playoffs.
And you know what? They're going to be the number one seed.
Not just because they won't let us in the building.
They'll be the number one seed, and honestly, it's going to be interesting to see the next week where it all lays out.
Well, that's the only thing to sort of keep your head up about this game is that the only thing this game is going to make any difference to is seeding. And to be honest, I don't think as much of a glut as we have of teams in the middle of the pack this year, more so than we've had in a lot of years. And importantly as well is that the Titans, even when we've had gluts in the past, have never been a part of that glut. No. They've always been way up at the top usually.
Exactly.
And so I think this year, whether you finish anywhere between, say, 2nd and 7th won't make a whole lot of difference.
No, but because again...
just because everybody has the capability of beating everybody else.
That's what it is about our district.
Yeah. I mean, literally, with the exception of maybe the 1 versus 8 contest, and 2 versus 7 is probably going to be Ray Peck against somebody too. But
but who's going to be that 8 spot?
I don't even know. I mean, yet we're not. Well, we're not sure. I mean, it still hadn't been determined.
I know, but just go out on a limb and give me a thought.
But I'm just saying,
Rockers, Rockers being an 8.
You're right, and then if anybody could beat Liberty North, it's certainly Rockers are certainly capable of it. They're very good.
Absolutely, especially
in fact, if they end up
being Sevy's last year.
Right. Well, and if they end up an 8th seed, part of the reason why will just be because they didn't get points when they played Bishop Miege and stuff like that.
Right.
So. Yeah, I mean, so this, again, literally it is true. In our district, I don't think there is anyone who couldn't beat anyone else.
No doubt.
That, they'll be, favorites, but that doesn't mean that, on any given playoff Friday, that anyone can beat anybody else. So that's the thing to keep in mind as far as this particular game is concerned. I mean, last year was a bit of an example of that. Like, for example, the Lee Summit North game during the regular season, the Titans had big problems with them, and then they turned around and beat them in the playoffs. And I think that could happen this year as well. But I also think that the Titans are going to need to start playing a lot better.
Yeah, they are.
It's not that they're playing poorly, but if they want to go far in the playoffs, you have to play a lot better than just average.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting. I'm sorry. I'm watching the coaches down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm glad they are, though.
Yeah, they need to be.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I got distracted there because
Nah.
Chris Burrows was showing Sterling something, and everybody else was kind of watching.
And to be quite honest, we can complain about kids not necessarily executing as well as we'd like to see them execute, but I didn't consider this to be the best coached game I've ever seen either.
No.
So, I mean, the kids aren't the only ones who need to step up their game, so to speak.
doubt.
So we'll see. And, maybe as a motivating factor, I mean, if I were a coach, certainly I would be talking about the kids as, do you want to be remembered as the first team that finished sub 500 since year one of the program?
That's huge.
And, and it's senior night, too.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe they can step up and play a big game. Yeah, in the same way as Lee Summit North stepped up their game when they played us. For them, it was real important to be the, Lee Summit citywide champ as far as they were concerned.
No doubt.
And so, it could be kind of the same thing. And Ray-Pec is a huge rival anyway.
They are.
They've always been.
Always been.
So I blame Mark Files, but, So, all right, that's next week, senior night. Love to see you join us at Titan Stadium, but if you can't, you can always tune in right here on either 810varsity.com or lswradio.com. We thank you for joining us tonight. Again, the final score, it was Blue Springs on top of Lee Summit West, 24-20 the final. For our producer, Mark Files, and our intern, Ethan, and my partner, Coach Royce Boehm, Joel Becker here on Titan Football. A presentation of Back Porch Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.